Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we'll be talking about the Seestern Sub600T Homage. So this watch here has a number of awesome features which really take it out of just the usual Homage watch. This gets all the premium components like synthetic sapphire crystal, a ceramic bezel insert, 120 click unidirectional bezel, stainless steel construction, yada yada yada, even the NH35. In fact, one of the features on this watch is so standout and so special that I haven't seen it on any other divers or any other watches on AliExpress that I've reviewed. So AliExpress has sent to me this watch for review, and I'll be doing an honest and unbiased review as per usual, really. As part of the back to school sales, AliExpress has offered some personalized discount codes, which I'll be leaving in the description below the video. And also, as you can see on the screen right now, there's a cashback challenge going on. That means that if you sign up to my team, you can get discounts or cashbacks anywhere from 5 to 10%. Right, now that we've talked about all of this, let's dive in and talk about this Seestern Homage in detail. Let's do it. This watch carries a significant presence at 173 grams, very much a no-nonsense diver. The case diameter comes in at 40.2 millimeters with a thickness of 13.3. So while compact enough on paper, it feels purposeful thanks to the geometry. Where it really sets itself apart is the lug-to-lug measurement of 52.1 millimeters, but that's deceiving. The way Seestern engineered this case is it mimics an integrated bracelet design. The lugs are short, sharply slanting, and drop down steeply, so while it reads wide, it hugs the wrist securely. The lug width is a standard 20 millimeters, but the bracelet architecture makes it feel more like a fitted extension of the case. Looking down at it, the watch has a squarish, muscled stance. Those flat flanks and geometric lugs give it a toolish presence. The sides are horizontally brushed, while a polished 45-degree bevel runs from the midpoint of the case out to the lug tips, adding some refinement. On the wrist, you can see how layered the case design is. The brush lip of the screw-down case back, the sharp flank, and then the tall, blocky bezel stacked on top. Speaking of the bezel, the edge design is striking. It's tall, with wide notches broken up by 4 micro-grooved cuts within each block, giving it that industrial grippy feel. It's brushed on the vertical surfaces, but the thin silver of steel above, just beneath the ceramic insert, is polished, which adds a pop of contrast. Functionally, it's very tactile and lines up flush with the case's flank, yet rises high enough for easy manipulation. At 4 o'clock, the 6.4mm signed screw-down crown sits slightly resets into the case. It's got a thin thread stem, so engagement is quick, and thanks to its proportion and placement, it's well protected but still accessible. All in all, this Seestern watch doesn't just look like a diver, it feels like a diver. Squared off, angular and muscular in stance, but with thoughtful polished accents that remind you this isn't just a slab of steel, it's a purpose-driven tool with some finesse baked in. The bracelet on the Seestern immediately makes a statement with its chunky, blocky links. Each one stands 3.6 millimeters tall, but what sets it apart is their short length, just 5 millimeters per link. Compared to the longer 8 to 9 millimeter links you'd find on a typical 3-link design, this creates a far more fluid, draping effect on the wrist, adding a sense of refinement and almost luxury flow. It's still a classic 3-link layout, and yes, the construction is held together by pushpins rather than screws. The tolerances aren't the tightest in the business. You can notice small gaps if you look closely, but overall, the articulation is smooth and the wear is comfortable. That compact link length and hinged build means the bracelet wraps around the wrist naturally, working equally well on medium to large wrists and impressively sitting neatly even on a 6.5-inch wrist with no overhang, like you can see on my wrist. There's a gentle taper from 20mm at the lugs down to 18mm at the clasp, which keeps the proportions balanced. The clasp itself is very solid, a secure double pusher fold-over clasp with 6 micro adjustment points, signed and internally fitted with a milled folding wing. It's sturdy, practical, and gives off that utilitarian diver vibe. Flipping the watch over, the screw-down case back reveals a neat engraved design, a wave motif with a starfish beneath it. all framed with the essential specs like 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, automatic movement, and model reference. The bezel on the Seestern really is one of the standout features. The coin-edge grip isn't just for show. It's tall, sharply cut, and broken into distinct notch segments that make it incredibly easy to handle, even with wet hands or gloves. Rotation feels reassuringly solid, quite audible, ratchety clicks that are consistent all the way around with a touch of spring tension between clicks. It's on the heavier side, but that weight gives it a sense of precision and control, never loose or wobbly. At 12 o'clock, alignment is spot on. No complaints there. Sitting on top is a polished ceramic insert, jet black to match the dial, with crisp orange and white markings. The contrast is excellent. White for the minute track ensures clear readability, while the orange accents give it that classic diver identity. Altogether, it's a bezel that feels engineered for reliability, but it looks striking as well. Functional, tough, and well finished. At center stage, the watch presents a layout that's both functional and distinct. The synthetic sapphire crystal sits flush with the ceramic bezel insert. Maybe a hairline above it, but barely noticeable. Beneath, your gaze drops through a brushed stainless steel rehaut, which funnels the eye cleanly down onto the dial. The dial itself is a matte black, understated yet purposeful, and framed by a printed minute chaptering that keeps legibility sharp. For the hour markers, Seestern has gone beyond the usual. At 6, 9, and 12, we get 5 angled applied indices, giving a rugged tool watch feel, while the remaining hours are represented by circular plots. Each is generously loomed and edged not in chrome but in orange, which ties beautifully to the orange minute hand. The hour and seconds hands are stark white for clarity, with the seconds pointer carrying a square loom tip, a subtle but effective detail. Over at 3 o'clock, there's a framed date window that deserves special mention. It's proportioned just right for quick reading, but what really sets it apart is that it's loomed. A rarity in divers at any price point really, let alone on AliExpress. When the loom comes alive in bright blue, everything, indices, hands, even the date wheel glows in harmony. It's functional and genuinely impressive. Adding to the uniqueness, Seestern has printed its branding off-center between 9 and 10, while automatic and 200 meters sits diagonally at 4. This diagonal alignment draws a visual line straight from the starfish sign crown, giving the dial an unconventional but balanced character. Powering it all is the tried and true Seiko NH35 automatic movement with 21,600 beats per hour, hacking and hand winding, a 42-hour power reserve, and 24 joules. It's a workhorse movement chosen for reliability. Altogether, this is a dial setup that combines rugged practicality with a handful of rare touches that elevate it well beyond the expected. So what do you reckon? Does this Seestern stand a chance against the other divers on AliExpress? There's just so many unique features on this watch, right? Like that loom date window, that's awesome. What about that diagonal setup of the crown, the automatic, as well as the logo of the watch, right? It's all a bit different, all a bit slanted. I like that integration of the bracelet. It's not an integrated bracelet, it's a hinge, but yet it looks interesting. And those shorter links, this watch just has a lot of things which are not just premium components, but the way it's all been put together. Anyways, the price point is about $120, but if you do use the discount codes that we have below, as well as joining the cashback challenge, you'll be able to pick up this piece way cheaper. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.